example of abortion.
Sure.
And so apparently there was exactly 2 students and 1 parent who had issue with that. I teach over 120 students, and none of this was corroborated with any of my other students. They just took these 2 students and 1 parent's complaint and put me on leave.
Well, your comments seem fair to me. I mean, when we first heard about the National Walkout Day, the way it was presented was that it was to honor the lives lost down in Parkland High School. But as it turns out, you look at the website, and it was to protest guns and to ask for more gun controls in this country. So essentially, all those young Americans and their teachers who participated were making a political statement. And you were saying, if the politics were on the other side, would people take part? And the answer, obviously, is, you're out of work for a couple of days.
Absolutely, or worse yet. You're pinpoint accurate. That's exactly the point I was trying to raise. And the guise was that this was to memorialize the 17 victims, which absolutely nobody would ever have any problem with.
Not
In
at all.
fact, some of my other students floated some beautiful ideas of how the entire school could rally together during lunchtime. And they never got a sufficient answer as to why that couldn't take place, because it was a protest and it was condoned.
Right. And, you mentioned abortion and guns, 2 issues in our country that are very polarizing. People are dug in on their sides. Your school district put out this statement regarding you. The teacher was not penalized or placed on leave based on her viewpoints. The district can clarify that the action was taken due to complaints from parents and students involving the teacher's communications regarding the student-led remembrance activities. I don't know that I buy that. How about you?
Well, again,
because it was your point of view in the very beginning that got the 2 people to complain. Whatever happened to the free flow of ideas in this country?
Well, I'm not sure what's happening with that at this moment, but again, just contextually, to reiterate that I teach over 120 students, and they took 2 students and 1 parent complaint.
Okay.
And I feel like took that minuscule evidence, did not corroborate it with any other students or parents, and basically targeted me.
It sure looks like it, because you had a different point of view than the teachers who were organizing that. Julianne, quick exit question. When are you going back to school?
Well, they asked me to come back today. They said, we want this issue to be done with and swept up, I think it was the terminology, and we want you back to school today. It's been a lot over the last 2 days, and I've had to process this, so I'm taking a mental wellness day today, and I'm hoping to be back on Monday. I miss my students dearly.
All right, and I'm sure they miss you. Julianne Benzel, who got a couple of days, not paid vacation, but a timeout. No. They put you in the timeout room. Thank you very much for telling us your story.
Thank you for having me.
It's troubling. All right.